Good morning, all. In the previous classes, we have discussed about the characteristics of entrepreneurship and types of entrepreneurship. In today's session, we'll discuss about the BMC. BMC is Business Model Canvas. So, how do we plan for the business model canvas, and what are the needs and objectives of the business model canvas? That is what we'll discuss in today's session. So first let us see what is meant by business model canvas. The business model canvas is a strategic management tool to quickly and easily define and communicate a business idea or concept. It is a one-page document which works through the fundamental elements of a business or product, structuring an idea in a coherent way. So the need and objectives of business model canvas to quickly draw a picture of what the idea entails. It allows us to get an understanding of your business and to go through the process of making connections between what your idea is and how to make it into a business. It allows everyone to get a clear idea of what the business will likely be. So the business model canvas is a business tool which is used to visualize all the building blocks when you want to start a business, including the customers, route to market, and the value proposition and finance. These are the 9 parameters or criteria for the business model canvas. They are the key partners, key activities, the key parameters, key resources, value proposition, customer relationship, channels, customer segmentation, cost structure, and revenue streams. We'll discuss one by one in detail. The first one is value proposition. So, the value proposition is a fundamental concept of the exchange of value between your business and your customer clients. So, generally, when you talk about it, value is exchanged from a customer for money when a problem is solved or a pain is relieved for them by your business. So, the questions what could be raised through value proposition are: what is the problem I am solving? Why would someone want to have this problem solved? What is the underlying motivator for this problem? What are your products and services? What is the job you get done for your customers? This is all about value proposition. The next one is customer segmenting. Customer segmenting is the practice of dividing a customer base into group of individuals that are similar in specific ways, such as age, gender, interest, and spending habits. So, who are the people that will value my value proposition? Does my value proposition appeal to men or women or both? Does it appeal to young adults aged between 20 or 30 or teenagers? What are the characteristics of the people who are looking for my value proposition? The next one is customer segmenting. In customer segmenting, it is a practice of dividing a customer base into a group of individuals that are similar in specific ways, such as age, gender, interest, and spending habits. So here we'll see about who are the people that will value my value proposition. Does my value proposition appeal to men, women, or both? Does it appeal to the young adults who are aged between 20 to 30 or teenagers, and what are the characteristics of the people who are looking for my value proposition? Next one key factor is the customer relationship. Customer relationship is defined as how a business interacts with its customers. So, do you meet with them in person or over the phone, or is your business predominantly run online? So, the relationship will be online too. So, sending out a thank you note when a customer makes a purchase, offering a birthday greeting card with a promo code, sending a discount to a customer that hasn't made a purchase recently. So all this comes under the customer relationship part. The next key factor will be when purchasing an item from Amazon, you will send to set up a personal account. So that then Amazon can track on your purchases and browsing history in order to tailor making campaigns and email campaigns based on the things that will be probably like. Say for example, Play Store app. Now we'll discuss about the channels. Channels are defined as the avenues through which your customer comes into contact with your business and they become part of your sales cycle. So how are these proportions promoted, sold and delivered? How do you communicate with your customer? Like social media, electronic media, email marketing, search engine optimization, content marketing, offline advertising like TV and radio. Then how do you understand how to reach your customers is so crucial to your business. The next one is key activities. So, what are the activities that need to be completed to fulfill your business purpose? So, these key activities they should focus on fulfilling its value proposition, reaching the customer segments, and maintaining customer relationship and generating the revenue. Say, for example, consulting, designing, web development, banking, driving, all these are the best examples for the key activities. The next one is key resources. Next, you should think about what practical resources are needed to achieve the key activities of the business, like human, machine, money, material, and method. The next one is key parameters. The key parameters are a list of other external companies, suppliers, parties you may need to achieve your key activities and deliver value to the customer. An example of this is if I sell groceries to customers, I may need a local baker to supply the fresh bread to my store. The next one is cost structures. So here we have to identify or determine the selling price. Selling price can be computed or calculated like raw materials plus conversion plus distribution plus